a one-party communist state undergoing rapid change, home to 250 million schoolchildren, and the small town of Xiaoning. This is the story of 3 schools here, and life over the year of the Golden Pig. In 1981, with the population spiralling, China introduced its controversial one-child policy, creating a generation of only children. But Cheng Chao's an exception.
我觉得有哥哥好，别人打你，你可以叫哥哥追他打他。
In a country where it's rare to have a sibling, the pressure on school-age children is immense, and never more so than at this time of year. It's May, and the scorching heat of summer is setting in. In just a few weeks, the entire country will fall silent as senior students like Wu Yufei face the test of their lives. In the top class, it's the job of tutor Mr. He to keep everyone focused.
我能考好，
我能成功，
我能成功。
Pingmin Primary School lies 3 miles to the west of town, amongst the fields and mountains of Xiaoning County. It's Monday morning, and the week begins as usual with the flag-raising ceremony. Today, though, head teacher Mrs. Zhang is far from happy with the conduct of her young scholars.
那么这个星期，张老师决定流动红旗暂停挂在1年级和2年级，你们有没有意见？有没有？2年级在洗厕所的时候，你们表现怎么样？不好。那么你们的爱心在哪里呢？这个因为这个星期前2周嘛，他们回去了一趟。
So with standards slipping, today's chores are strictly supervised.
那个杯子那么脏，再去搞点洗洁精呢，在这里，把这里来放。
我们一定要灌输给孩子。 不仅灌输他的思想，更重要的是让他们学会这些技能，懂得他的精神。我们的孩子都来自于偏远的山区，那些贫困、勤劳、厚道的家庭。
The Chinese government aims to provide 9 years of free education for every child, but in many areas students pay for things like books and meals. Pingmin is a charity-run school, so everything is free. 8-year-old Cheng Chao is in class 1.
我特别喜欢这个学校，因为这个学校这个吃的、用的、穿的都是这里。你不上学，等长大了就等老了你再去上学，别人就笑死你了。
真好，那这刚才那这里。 不像你这个不是哦，这种呢？这种是哪里来的？
铅笔，这个是铅笔上面。
铅笔怎么来的呢？你问陈超，陈超会做。
Cheng Chao's passing on a skill to his classmates that he learned from his carpenter father.
这个是这个里面快烂了。
哦，这个里面中间快烂了，这个里面。
写没了可以换一个啊。
哦，写没了再换一个是吧？嗯。
The children of Pingmin are rehearsing for one of the highlights of the school calendar, Children's Day. For Cheng Chao's class, the day has extra significance. It marks their first steps with the Communist Party.
是快要6月6节了，我是想戴上红领巾，乘上少先队员。
Becoming a young pioneer is an important rite of passage in every Chinese child's life, and is the beginning for many of a lifelong association with the Communist Party.
小的哥哥，后来我们中国人毛主席就赢了。 毛主席是不知道。知道，毛主席是是我们最勇敢的一个人。
Across town at Xiaoning High School, another ceremony is underway. Here, the end of childhood is being marked.
今天是一个不平凡的日子，是我们应该一生铭记的日子，因为我们已经长大。
After being addressed by senior students, there's a speech from the school's Communist Party secretary.
你们会体验到一种海阔凭鱼跃、天高任鸟飞的自由，但是世界上从来就没有绝对的权利和自由。热烈的祝贺！
我立志成为有理想、有道德。
At 18, these students are recognized as adults. They can now move on from being in the Communist Youth League, which everybody joins at 14, to being eligible for full party membership, although this remains a privilege enjoyed by only a very small proportion of Chinese citizens.
热爱社会主义祖国，拥护中国共产党的领导，
Xiaoning High School is what's known in China as a key school. Its strong academic track record means its students are the creme de la creme of the county and benefit from the best teachers and facilities available. In just over a week's time, the final year students at Xiaoning will face the most important rite of passage of their academic lives, the universally feared Gaokao exams.
As Gaokao is coming closer, is approaching, I think the atmosphere is a little different than before. I can sense that many students have a lot of pressure.
相信高三5班全体同学
As well as being an English teacher, Mr. He is a banjurin, or class tutor, of one of the 11 senior classes facing the Gaokao.
Being a teacher means a lot to me. Being a teacher means sometimes a friend. I serve my students with the whole of my heart.
It's his job to support his class and to ensure a good pass rate. For these bright students, it would be disastrous to fail.
If you fail in Gaokao, chances are that you won't be admitted to colleges or universities, so you won't be able to find good jobs in the future.
17-year-old Wu Yufei is in Mr. He's class. In the last 3 years, Mr. He's become something of a mentor to Xiaoning's top student.
My student Wu Yufei is not only the best student here in this school, but also the best student in our city, and even one of the best students in our province, and even in the country. I'm very proud of her.
我的班主任贺老师对我的帮助是最大的。我心理方面出现问题的时候，会及时的给我做开导。
She works hard. She never fails in any single exam.
Wu Yufei got the highest mark in the school's history in her mock exams, so the expectations for Gaokao are extremely high. If she does well, she hopes to be accepted to Tsinghua, China's top university in Beijing. It's a privilege reserved for only a tiny minority.
She does have more pressure than others because all the eyes are fixed on her.
但是有人说高考就像过独木桥都是有很激烈的竞争的，所以我觉得这并不是很过分的。
Mandarin Chinese is spoken by more people than any other language in the world. But English remains the most widely taught foreign language.
Good morning.
What's the matter with you?
From the age of 12, all Chinese students receive some level of English tuition. The height of fashion amongst the junior students is to choose a cool English name for themselves.
我的中文名字叫湾宇。My English name is Benjamin.
My English name is Jeff.
Jane.
Alan.
Chelsea.
Elephant. Apple White. Angus.
Ring, R-I-N-G, Ring.
My English name is August because I like August very much. Oh.
There is no doubt that the girl loves the boy deeply, but the way is wrong.
16-year-old Xiaoning High School student Wu Lin is preparing a speech for this afternoon's English contest.
我的主题是爱与自由。我选择这个主题主要是因为我觉得爱是这个世界上最重要的东西。
It's not just Wu Lin's love of the English language that's motivated her choice of topic.
我现在在谈恋爱吧，我觉得在这样一个学校谈恋爱并不是自由的，可以算是一个秘密吧。但是少数我的特别好的朋友和他特别好的朋友知道。
How to be grateful in our life. Yeah.
Wu Lin's secret love, Feng Yuan, is also rehearsing for this afternoon's competition, but they're keeping a safe distance from one another.
This can help us find our courage to overcome the difficulties we may face.
我妈妈以前是反对过我有女朋友吧，但是她现在不知道我有女朋友的。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our English speech contest. Now we have 6 judges and 26 candidates.
The 2 winners of this qualifying round will go on to represent the school at the regional final.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm contestant number 5, Wang Yang. The topic of my speech is chopsticks. Many foreign friends try to use chopsticks when they visit China.
We are citizens of People's Republic of China. It's our obligation to devote ourselves to the development of this ancient nation. Let's fight for a bright future together. Take action now. Thank you.
Not to bet a netted on is the best way.
I want to say, love is the highest value in life. It shouldn't be reduced to stupid rituals. Love and freedom go together. You can't choose one and leave the other.
Wu Lin's speech has gone down well with the judges. It's a hard act to follow for boyfriend Feng Yuan.
Firstly, I can't remember it. Sorry.
And now, the boy is a man who always with a dream, and the man is me. I believe that one day all my dreams will come true, because the God loves the man with the dream. The God loves me. Thank you for your kind attention.
After lengthy deliberations from the judges, Wu Lin finds out that she's made it through to the regional final.
And Wu Lin, now please come to the stage.
I think I am happy because I have tried my best. I hope I can be the winner at last. Thank you.
The day at Xiuning County's other senior school begins at 7:30. Although Haiyang Middle School has a more relaxed approach than Xiuning High, the boarders still have to get up for breakfast at 6:30. But day student Wang Lingqi has perfected the art of the long lie-in. His parents live in a village an hour from town, so he lives alone in a flat 5 minutes from school.
你觉得外表应该蛮重要的。
Living alone means he sets his own timetable, arriving at his first lesson with minutes to spare. Normal middle schools, such as Haiyang, take students like Wang Lingqi who didn't do well enough at junior level to get into the local key school, Xiuning High. But Wang Lingqi is happy in the less pressured atmosphere of Haiyang, up to a point.
学校里没有吧？我看起来一般都是30多岁、40岁左右的。
In his lunch hour, Wang Lingqi nips back to his flat to meet his girlfriend, Wang Yucheng, who lives nearby with her parents.
干嘛了？
While Wang Lingqi tucks into the lunch his girlfriend's made for him, she gets on with doing his washing.
我现在洗毛巾大概每天过来一次，因为它比较懒。
我觉得应该是女的应该要洗衣服吧，男的一般是去干什么重活、重要的事之类的。如果我们以后结婚的话，我妻子大概我就会让她在家里做一些家务事就行了，不会让她出去。
应该不会留在家里。
不要这么任性，好不好？
When the two 16-year-olds first got together, their parents weren't too keen on the idea.
后来他讲怎么也长大了嘛，管也管不住。
现在我们俩都好好学习，然后20岁再订婚吧。
人长得蛮漂亮的，还有人也蛮好的，一般是蛮大方的，是我喜欢的类型的。
人比较好吧，然后再是，看起来比较舒服。
Back at Haiyang, afternoon lessons are underway. The school has over 3,000 students aged 12 to 18.
Number 7. What do you think of cartoons?
12-year-old Wang Jianwen is in his first year at Haiyang.
I had hamburger and French fries.
In common with a quarter of the families in Anhui province, Wang Jianwen's parents are migrant workers and work in a garment factory in a city 4 hours away, so he stays with his grandfather. His teacher, Ms. Li, keeps an eye on him.
他毕竟还是个小孩子，有时候也想爸爸妈妈，遇到有时候困难的时候啊，也想。没找我谈过，但在作文中写过。他还照顾自己，有时候还要照顾到爷爷。
有时候感觉看他们爸妈都来接他，我没有爸妈来接我，心里有时候会很酸的样子。当然就转头想想也没什么大不了，没办法接回来，然后自己可以走过去。有的哥哟，應該下回下嘅。
干啥呀？
啊？
丢皮筋。
没有皮筋。我和爷爷打牌也就是看谁的运气好了。这个，打
麻将打好多年了，打10多年了。
Like most Chinese kids, Wang Jianwen is an only child. He's lived with his grandpa since his mum and dad went to work in the city 3 years ago. He sees his parents twice a year, at Chinese New Year and in the school summer holidays.
他爸爸妈妈不在身边呢，他自己也不想妈妈的爸爸的，他就是在家里做作业。我就是喜欢这一点。
上一次在见妈妈在春节吧，我想都4个多月了，一起聚在一起，那个几双脚放那个盆里，然后就开始聊啊聊这个聊那个的，那时候最开心了。
At Pingmin Primary School, it's haircut day. But there's not much option on the styling front. Zheng Chao has pretty fixed ideas when it comes to hairstyles. The majority of the kids at Pingmin don't have any brothers or sisters as a result of the government's planned birth or one-child policy. But in rural areas like Xiongning County, if your firstborn child is a girl or has a disability, you can get permission to have a second child.
你爸爸没去打工啊？
爸爸打工是打工，你每天晚上都要回来的。
Zheng Chao is in the very rare situation of having an elder brother.
我觉得有哥哥好，因为做不到的事可以叫哥哥帮你做。
Like all of Pingmin's students, Zheng Chao is a boarder at school, but today he's at home. and is enjoying the benefits of being reunited with his big brother Chiang Xin-xing.
你东西拿不到，爸爸妈妈都不在家，你也可以叫哥哥帮你拿东西。我弟弟不在家的时候，我特别想他，弟弟有点顽皮。这是我的妈妈，公公，哥哥，你在炒什么菜？青椒木耳。他在炒青椒木耳。这是我妈妈的房间。今天，我要跟妈妈在这里睡。我爸爸是做木工的，也跟爸爸一样。我们吃的菜辣椒，不吃的可以倒在一个桶里再给猪吃。我特别喜欢捉迷藏，我和哥哥一起。喜欢是因为捉迷藏不会让别人发现，这里也有一点很漂亮。
Although they knew they were breaking the law, Chiang Chao's parents decided to have a second child, as their eldest son had been unwell as an infant.
但是我去检查，肯定不跟他讲实话的了。要是第二胎，那医院肯定你第二胎肯定把你做掉了。
Forced abortion is common, and a large fine is inevitable if you decide to go ahead with a second pregnancy without permission.
他以前他说是讲罚款16000呀，我讲16000，把这我房子拆掉都没有16000，那我也没办法。他后来政府找一遍也没找一遍，没有办法。
The authorities eventually relented, and the family ended up paying a reduced fine of 3,000 yuan, around £200. Chiang Chao's parents borrowed the money to pay the fine from their friends and relatives.
两个孩子的比较就是个生活简朴一点，快乐肯定是多一个孩子肯定家里快乐一点，所以他兄弟俩有一个伴。
At the ripe old age of 8, Chiang Chao's already decided he won't be following his parents' lead.
长大喜欢要一个孩子，因为2个3个在家里买一些米，没过几天就没了。
Like the students, many of Xiaoning High's 148 teachers live at school. Art teacher Lin Rui lives in the teacher's dorm, but is looking forward to leaving it behind.
这个房子现在1个人住是可以，但是2个人，包括以后宝宝出世了，肯定都不行。
Lin Rui got married last year and is 20 weeks pregnant. She's picked a particularly auspicious year to have her baby.
中国人觉得属猪的特别有福气，然后又是金猪，所以就想在今年生个宝宝。不太想生小孩子，就是觉得责任可能更多一点。但突然马上要当妈妈，而且现在她在里面动，经常能够感觉到。
At 20 weeks, it's time for Lin Rui and her husband Pan Jinping to attend the clinic and see a scan of their baby for the first time.
不知道能不能看到那个样子，应该能看到。
看肯定看得到吧？我估计他不会拍照片出来的。
好像。
但是我去看他不会给我看的嘛。
他做 B 超都有一张片子的，会给你的。有，他可以看一下，如果有什么肢体不全的，可以提前看出来。
那可以直接的怎么样来看出来？
那不要了呗。
那已经拼了。
The year of the golden pig has caused the pregnancy rates to soar, and maternity hospitals throughout China are facing huge demand from superstitious young parents.
医生说了，一切都正常，一切都正常，挺高兴的。没有说，一般这个不会跟我们说的，排除有可能有的人要选择性别，有刻意的去选择男性和女性，所以一般的情况下不会告诉的。他比较喜欢女孩。
Today, Xiaoning High School student Wu Lin's on a research trip. For the next round of the English contest, she has to write a new speech with the title, Saving is Earning. Wu Lin's chosen a subject close to her heart, the environment. She's come to Wan'an Old Town, half a mile from her school. The people here have lived off the river for generations.
我觉得现在这条河水被污染的确实很严重，我们就可以闻到一股从河水中散发出来一股异味。你刚刚来的时候，它是个什么样子的河？大概
3年前那时候，这个水还是清的。
你觉得主要是什么原因在这一块造成这个污染？
这个河就是从上面化工厂开了之后，现在这个像我们乘船的这个手啊，这个水太脏了，你看这个手都。
清的不得了，是不是？就是大家可以在里面游泳啊。
以前外面他们洗澡啊，都是那些化工厂，那化工厂发水下了，这个鱼哦都死坏了，鱼也都死了。
一般人的时候都在这里洗。你不怕那个水里有什么寄生虫之类什么东西啊？没有吧？没有。就是听了他们说这些东西之后，我觉得真的感触很大。然后我觉得这条河确实离我们学校这么的近，真的很难想象。就对我自己来说还好一点吧，对住在这儿的居民，我觉得真的很严重的一个问题。就是现在自己真正切身实地看到这些东西的时候，我觉得演讲的时候自己肯定会更有自己的想法。
Wang Jianwen's at his auntie and uncle's house after an accident landed him in hospital.
是骑自行车跌倒了。
没了吧？
But on the bright side, he's heard from his auntie that his dad's on his way to see him.
昨晚去到是第医院的附属去看看，我们是去到拍夜戏，去到一起去。
It's been almost 4 months since Wang Jianwen saw his migrant worker father, and he can't contain his excitement.
老爸，
你这家伙真是，谈不谈？啊？不谈。
没要谈事。
没要，我这样个嘞，你看着我是。
他爸觉得很开心。
慢慢，人家那个要有点头。
可惜。
哎呀，你看，
你感觉就有因祸得福哎。
Wang Jianwen's dad is part of the largest migration in human history. The movement of almost 150 million rural workers to the cities in search of a better life is rapidly changing the face of China.
我认为他的生活以后会比我更好。
Mr. Wang grew up in the 70s and had 8 brothers and sisters. But with the introduction of the one-child policy in 1981, Wang Jianwen was destined to be an only child.
就是现在一个小孩嘛，就是说，他感觉到就是说，一个我们在外面嘛，他心里肯定感觉到有一点孤单什么的。以前那不同哎，以前那个旧社会人多哎，小孩子多哎，还苦哎。现在1个孩子、2个孩子再多了，生活就好了哎。
想要一个哥哥，但是不可能了。
It's Saturday morning in Xiaoning, and Wang Jianwen and his dad are making the most of their precious time together. But the main reason for their trip into town is to visit the hospital for Wang Jianwen's checkup.
喝点的吗？啊，暂时有点的，好吧？不谈了。给我们拍个片子啊，服装也好啊。
好，谢谢啊。 头抬起来，没关系。
位置很好啊。
他就是说以后还是愈合就是一样平的。
一样没事啊，都站好就没事了。
不要担心了啊。反正爸爸在外面，你自己要照顾自己。当时接到电话嘛，是有点紧张，还有点担心，心里好像平静一点，然后就马上请了假赶回来。
Haiyang Middle School student Wang Linqi is starting his weekend with a visit to the hairdresser, watched over by girlfriend Wang Yucheng.
这层多余啊？
不啊，不多余，
嗯，
这样搞笑。
好，那我们把这边剪掉，就留这边，然后把这边养长。
你去说。
哎，是蛮有个性的。我是这么想的。
帅哥哪里人？
西口。
啊？
西口的。
西口啊。跟你一起来的那个是你女朋友？女朋友。
啊？
上高中就可以谈女朋友了？
你来的，我不知道。
Wang Linqi is spending the rest of his weekend at home in his village with his parents. His first stop is a rare visit to his dad's factory.
我不怎么来吧，来这里这个气味蛮难闻的。
His dad employs 12 villagers making motorbike components, and although he's proud of his own success, he hopes for more for his son's future.
因为这个技术啊太低级了，就是想他要出去发展。
不想在这里工作，想自己出去吧。读设计，我喜欢设计，所以我有可能会当设计师的。如果我不能当设计师的话，我会来这里工作吧。
这方面啊，我也不干涉的，就是讲，不希望自己只是一代不如一代，那就不行。肯定是中国传统都是这样子。
So with a bright future ahead of him, does his dad think Wang Linqi should have a girlfriend at the age of 16?
我目前只能把它当成是一个学友，不是女朋友啊，不没有其他的。
我也不喜欢这种类型工作。如果学习不好的话，以后出去找工作也比较难啊什么的。
8:30 is bedtime for the children of Pingmin Primary, but tonight there's great excitement in the boys' dorm as Cheng Chao and his pals look forward to a big day.
明天是6月2日节，有很多事，我们起来带女生去化妆，我们男生去洗衣服，因为男孩口红电视里看过，我口红是女生涂的。我现在要睡觉了，来。
Children's Day is an international celebration of childhood. Today, every primary school in China is having a party. For the first years, today's the day they'll get to wear the red neckerchief like their elders and become young pioneers. There's a surprise for Cheng Chao. His mum has taken time off work to come along for his big day.
你在跳舞？拍这把手呢？
昨天我打算你们见过，你正提着水桶往外泼。
你想去我陈姑姑呀？啊？你想去我陈姑姑？大哥啦，去我。
今天是一个快乐的日子，你们在学校快不快乐？
Cheng Chao is one of the first to get his red tie, as he has some special duties to perform.
红领巾也是用血做起来的，那红色是用血弄起来的。军事少先队员了，和以前不一样了。首先要不能打架就会红领巾收走就拿不到红领巾了。
It's with heavy heart that Wang Jianwen hitches a ride to school, before having to say goodbye to his dad once again.
吃不点呢，爸爸下来就中午不可以。
有点兄弟。
你下面讲，下面讲。
再见了。
再见啊，听话啊。好，反正爸爸妈妈你不用担心，自己把成绩搞好。
很不舍得。
看到他有一篇作文说了，就是说看到爸爸妈妈出去打工了，就是看到他那个身影啊，渐渐的离去啊，他感到心里也很难过。
我们高考那个。
Back at Xiaoning High School, the Gaokao exam is now imminent.
考场示意图。
With temperatures soaring, the pressure mounts as the entire school focuses on preparing for the two most important days in the lives of the senior students.
Jane, you are so young. How can you sing so well?
For the English comprehension exam, each student must tune a special headset into a radio frequency. Today, a test transmission is being broadcast throughout the campus. Mr. He is keen to make sure his students are all tuned in. In particular, top student Wu Yufei.
I believe you'll do a wonderful job tonight.
I'm a little nervous, but not very much.
And it's not just the students who are feeling the heat. The teachers who will supervise the exams have been summoned to a meeting with the local education head. It's clear there's no room for slip-ups.
你很快也要担负起初考的重任的，是不是？一旦这个考感出了问题了，不是初考一个人的问题啊。
As we all know, environmental pollution has become one of the emergencies which slow down the pace of China's development.
Younger students have less exam pressure. After her research trip to the polluted riverside, Wu Lin is making some adjustments to her speech before the big final of the English competition.
Now, we should call for attention of more people. 在我看到了那位渡船老人的手之后，我更加从内心里认识到，确实我们应该去保护环境了。To everyone around us, thank you. Okay.
The regional final of the English speech competition is taking place in the town of Shexian, 50 kilometers to the east of Xiaoning. Wu Lin will be competing against 28 confident students from schools all across the region.
Today, my topic is saving is earning. We are facing the most serious resources crisis now.
Time is money.
Will we be prepared for the challenges and opportunities all our lives?
Do you go to perm your hair very often? If you have these habits, get rid of them.
To save is to earn. Thank you very much.
It's time for Wu Lin to deliver her very personal speech.
I have seen an old man who is a fairy man. Maybe it is difficult for you to imagine what his hands are like. Those are rough hands, and the skin is blistered and discolored, just because of the pollution of the water. We should ask ourselves what we have done and what we should do next. Thank you.
After 29 speeches on the same subject, the judges convene to tally the scores. No matter what the result, Wu Lin seems pleased with her performance.
这次我说过了，因为我在这次的演讲中，我已经说到了那个老人的故事，我已经说出了我想说的。
It's prizes all round, and Wu Lin has come 9th.
可能成绩不是很好，怎么说呢？但是我觉得自己已经尽了力。
At Xiaoning High School, time has finally run out for the senior students. Gaokao exams begin tomorrow. These last vital days of the school year are the end of a chapter for teacher Mr. He.
This is the last day before we take Gaokao. I feel a little sad because in 2 days' time, the students will leave me. They have been my friends. We have kept each other good company for 3 years, but I still feel a little sad.
Head teacher Mr. Hu has seen 25 years of Gaokao exams at Xiaoning, but he hopes that the school's star pupil is going to make this a year to remember.
这个吴飞同学呢，应该来说是我们学校近几年来说是，对吧？能够考出全省，进入全省至少来说前10名吧，这是我们学校我们大家的共同的希望。
Wu Yufei lives in a school apartment during term time to maximize her study time. Her mum gave up her job to devote this year to looking after her daughter's needs. She stays with her most nights.
我感觉还好哎。My mother says she is feeling okay, but I think she's more nervous than me. The most important thing I need to do now is to relax. I'm going to wear a special shirt because I think that's my lucky shirt.
At 7 o'clock, the senior students head back to class for their last hours of study before the big day. Mr. He is determined to send them off in the right frame of mind.
Everybody's ready. I think they can't wait. Waiting is too tiring. 亲爱的各位同学，经过3年1200多天的艰苦努力，我们终于盼来了今天这个重要的时刻。高考是迈向成功的人生的第一步，是关键的一步。我也坚信麾下的每一个战士，能够取得辉煌灿烂的成功。我能考好，我能成功，我能考好，
我能成功，
我能成功。一定要休息好，明天的第一仗一定打好。
It's the morning of Gaokao. 10 million students across China will sit 4 papers over 2 boiling hot days in June. For families in Xiaoning County, a good result in the Gaokao can mean the difference between poverty and prosperity. Throughout the country, building sites are closed down, flight paths redirected, and every school has its own police guard.
确保过往车辆那个车辆的噪音那个乱停乱放问题。
Across town at Haiyang Middle School, head teacher Mr. Wu is making sure his students have a hearty breakfast before the exam.
同时，你发现我们的老师
也要陪他一起吃，啊，因为陪他一起吃，就是一种人性化，我们和他的融入一体，也就是说，我们和他共同的生活，那老师就体现到我们是关心他的，那么使他呢更增强了自己的信心。
Outside, a convoy of buses awaits to transport the students across town to Xiaoning High School, which is the exam centre for the region. For the senior students of Haiyang Middle School, sitting the exam at the more prestigious academic high school across town only adds to the tension. But they're pretty sure they've got the edge on their hosts in other areas.
我们海州的学生嘛哈，打扮的比较酷一点吧。
Ensuring that each class gets the correct papers is meticulously regimented. Despite all the preparations, things are not going to plan.
昨天开考务会，反复这么讲，济南第4期考场，再哪个要出现的话，那就要处理你了。好，就说这里。好，你再来。
As the students take their seats in the exam room, there's one who's cutting it a bit fine. Wu Yufei spent the night at home and is running late. But thanks to a lift from her dad, has just made it on time, sporting her lucky shirt.
我给你啊。不紧张，感觉有点兴奋。已经小孩子送到这个学校已经6年了。
The students have to be seated a full half hour before the exam begins to listen to the strict rules and regulations that must be observed to the letter.
另外，严禁携带各种无线通讯工具，比如说手机、小灵通及其他无线接收、传送设备。
For the duration of the exams, many parents wait outside in the searing heat for their children's safe return.
至于我，虽然不管怎么样吧，不管她成绩怎么样，我一直认为我女儿是最好的、最棒的。
今天晚上我为她做了一顿好吃的。
With one exam down, the students have a couple of hours off to eat and rest before the next one begins.
Confident. 但到目前的情况看，一切都是按照我们原来所设定的，非常的顺利。
The Gaokao exam has only existed in its current high-pressure form since 1977, when it was introduced after the end of the Cultural Revolution. The schooling of a generation had been hugely disrupted by Chairman Mao's attempt to rid the country of what he saw as its elite educated class. Schools were completely closed for 3 years, and there were no exams for over a decade. The head teachers of both Xiaoning and Haiyang were amongst the first to sit the exam when it was reintroduced.
看到这个氛围啊，也想到我的30年前的高考吧。应该来说，当时都是心情非常激动。 毕竟面临着自己的人生的抉择的关键时刻。
当年中国的高考是29比1，那么经过3年改革开放，我们国家是经济发展了，实力增强了，教育发展了，所以现在我们的考生是2比1。
The 2 days of grueling Gaokao exams are almost over. The English paper is the 4th and final hurdle.
How much are these shoes?
Oh, they are $35 a pair.
Do you have size 9?
I'm afraid they are sold out.
刚刚听到那个人讲2007年高考到此结束，真的感觉很高兴。
For Wu Yufei, it's been a difficult couple of days. She heads straight for a debrief with her mentor, Mr. He.
实际上，这个国家这个总体经济怎么说考的这个气氛的感觉，
没什么感觉，
还好，跟平时考试难还是简单？
好像差不多。I was extremely nervous the day before yesterday. I was so nervous that I couldn't fall asleep until 2 a.m.
The last 2 days have been very difficult for me. I didn't sleep very well at night. I had to be up very early in the morning, and I had to, to be with my students all the time.
There's nothing to do.
As if 2 full days of exams weren't enough, the Gaokao students have to return to school the next morning to be given the correct answers to their exams and calculate an estimated score.
你这段时间在家里，把你根据你准确估的分数。
The marks they calculate here will be used by the school to begin the process of applying for university. Almost everyone's turned up to perform this arduous task, but there's one empty desk. Star pupil Wu Yufei hasn't appeared, and Mr. He's concerned. If she doesn't come and fill in the answer key, her university place could be at risk. Mr. He's worried enough to call her mum.
Mom told me that she has just got up. She was very tired during the past 3 days.
Is she coming?
Yeah, she's coming. 昨晚睡好了哈。
For some, seeing the answers is cause for cautious optimism, but for others it only increases their worries about their final result. Even high achiever Wu Yufei is finding it hard to cope.
这个课分都是怎么课的？你答案就是完全不一样了。数学没过成。 从这别紧，从这这上面紧张，不要急，不要在这个教室里，这弱者的表现啊！不要这么多人面前掉什么眼泪，这弱者的表现啊！魏飞应该考得很好啊！你等下就有老师帮你过来，怎么搞啊？压力太大了。 考前的话过于紧张，你有什么必要呢？你这个清华的降档30分都取，是不是？高考结束了还掉眼啊？国文表没有了？我觉得这个分是非常高的。喂 ？I think she's being too hard on herself. She did very well, I think. Much higher than any of the other students.
But for now, all Wu Yufei and her friends can do is wait the 2 long weeks until the exam results come out. For Wang Jianwen, the waiting is already over. After wearing his splints for almost a month, he's back at the hospital with his uncle to have them removed.
我很高兴今天可以把这个夹板给下来，因为待了1个月，很热，然后里面也很脏，都没有洗过。
And with the school term almost over, Wang Jianwen's looking forward to seeing his mum and dad very soon. It's the 24th of June, and the day 10 million students across China have been waiting for. Today, the Gaokao results will be published simultaneously, and students sit poised to receive their marks either by phone or online. Wu Yufei and her mum know the numbers that appear on the screen will determine the rest of their lives. That's if the numbers ever do appear.
真的上不去了。进不去。哦，出来了，出来了！啊！出来了！我以为143，这骨头太低了呗。我数学148。
Wu Yufei's overall result is an astounding 94%, which means she's done well enough to be guaranteed a place at China's top university in Beijing.
喂，傅老师。哦，我刚刚查到那个分数了。
But she's also done her school proud by coming top in the whole province, ahead of more than 500,000 other students.
高兴。那我就随便填什么专业都可以了。
Wu Yufei's friend, Wang Jinrui, hasn't got access to the internet and calls her friend for help.
没有。那个，你总分659。哦，那谢谢啊。下了啊。您多少啊？659，全省197名。
就盼望有今天能出这样的成绩。
Even if she hadn't got the first place, she's the best student in my eyes, in my heart, the best.
The news that Wu Yufei has come top travels through the town like wildfire. There are soon banners proclaiming her success being hoisted in the town centre for all to see, and local journalists queuing up to talk to her.
休宁中学应届毕业考生吴允飞在今年高考中以709分勇夺全省礼。
然后还是非常激动、非常高兴的。在清华大学的学习中，能够学到更多有用的本领。
哎，同喜，谢谢。哎，就是我们学校的。哎，你好，好。
修中历史上的第一次，100年建校以来第一次。 我们给予热烈的掌声，给他表示祝福。一把拉住老兵的手，啊，再见吧，老兵。
3 months after the exams, Xiaoning teacher Lin Wei gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Pan Lin Yuan. Next time on Chinese School, star student Wu Yufei heads for the country's capital, Beijing, where she'll face her greatest challenge yet. And there's lots more about life and school in China at open2.net.